Most business owners don't actually have a revenue problem. They have a visibility problem, a system problem, a readiness problem. And now they're about to have an AI problem because the entrepreneur learning how to use AI right now are going to move faster, make better decisions, build valuable companies, and attract more capital than the ones that are still trying to do everything manually. And this isn't about robots replacing people. This is about entrepreneurs finally having infrastructure. This is about building wealth faster, smarter, and more efficiently. Welcome back to the Heartbeat of Money. I'm Jon P. Moffitt, and today we're beginning a completely new series. And it's basically going to be about how smart entrepreneurs are using AI to build more valuable businesses. I think a lot of entrepreneurs are still believing that AI is some type of future thing, but I can tell you right now that it's not. The shift is already happening with a lot of businesses and even banks. Banks are using AI, private equity groups are using AI, marketing agencies are using AI, and operations around the world are using AI. And the scary part, most business owners still don't even have organized financials. They're all over the place. They can't find them. They don't know their debt structure. They don't know their operational bottlenecks. They don't know their business valuation and what drives it. And they definitely don't know how lenders actually look at them. And that's where this entire series comes in. Over the next several episodes, we're going to break down the new AI-powered wealth infrastructures for entrepreneurs. This series topics will be around operational readiness, financial readiness, lending readiness, AI workflows within the business evaluation and how it's thinking, acquisition strategies, real estate strategies. We'll be talking about the capital vault and how to keep all your information in one place. And most excitingly, introducing Soren and its lending partners. We'll also dive into the wealth strategies. Every one of these connects together in this series and helps you build wealth in your business and for yourself personally. Because wealthy entrepreneurs don't think in silos. They got to think in systems. Here's the truth most people never hear. Capital does not flow to desperation. Capital flows to preparedness. That line alone can change somebody's business entirely once they start adapting that into their DNA. If your financials are messy, your operations are inconsistent, if your debt structure is chaotic, and if your story isn't clear, you're invisible to capital and they can't see you. And AI is changing that because now, for the first time ever, small business owners can begin operating with tools that used to only exist for the private equity firms, investment banks, and institutional operations. And that's why we built Soren. Soren is not just a chatbot. Soren is designed to think like an investor, lender, and strategic and help you with your operations. Soren helps entrepreneurs start asking better questions about their business. Am I operational ready? And am I financially ready? What's hurting my evaluation in my business now? What would a lender see? Where is my cash flow leak? Where are my systems? And where should I automate things that aren't automated? And am I structured for survival or am I structured for growth? And honestly, most business owners have never, ever had anyone walk them through those questions. So now here's what I want everybody to do that's listening to me right now. And here's where things start getting real. I don't want you to listen to this episode passively. I want you to actually interact with your AI. Pick whichever one you like, because most entrepreneurs are using AI completely wrong. They're asking surface level questions instead of training their AI to think inside their business. And we built Soren to help you with this. If you want to go straight to Soren, it's on our website, nextstagewealth.com, and just jump right in there and start asking these questions. Or you can use chat, whatever you like. So here's the shift. The quality of the output depends on the quality of the information you give it. So before you start typing anything, start gathering the information. Your profit and loss statement, your balance sheet, your debt schedule, your operational workflow, your org chart. And if you don't have these, let me know, hit me up, and I can send you some of these if you'd like them. They're in my community as well. You got to get into your marketing process, your sales process, and even screenshots of your systems helps. And here's why. because AI becomes exponentially more powerful when it understands your actual business. So let's start with operational readiness. And I'm going to give you some prompts to use. Most businesses hit a ceiling because their owners become the system and you're doing all the work. And private equity groups, they know this immediately. They actually look for it. They look for the bottlenecks, the dependency on the ownership. They're checking to see if you have weak systems, inconsistent operations, and lack of scalability based on how you're set up. So here's what I want you to do. Upload your organizational structure, your workflow process. If you've got some SOPs, load them up as well. And simply explain how your work flows through your company into your AI. Then type this command in. And I'll put it in the body of this too so you can have it, but type this in. Act like a private equity operator evaluating my business. Review my operational structure and identify the top 10 weaknesses that may reduce scalability, efficiency, and enterprise value. Then recommend improvements. That right there is going to change everything. And watch what happens. It's going to be amazing. You'll start seeing your business from the perspective of an investor instead of just an exhausted owner at the end of the day. Now, taking that all into consideration, I want you to move on to financial readiness. And this is where most entrepreneurs realize they've been running their business emotionally instead of financially. And if you want real capital, your numbers have to tell a story, and you have to tell a story behind your numbers. So I want you to upload some of the information that you gathered. You put your P&Ls, your balance sheet, tax return, debt schedule. If you've got bank statements, throw them in there. And if you have accounts receivables, you want to load them up as well. And put them all in the chat. Then ask this question and tell your chat to do this. Act like a commercial lender. Review my business for financing. Analyze my financials and identify the biggest concerns, risks, and weaknesses and strengths from an underwriting perspective. Now, this is where you start learning how lenders actually think. And there might be some terms in there you don't understand. I encourage you to go look them up, but it's the beginning of understanding how lenders look at your stuff. Do not be emotional. It's not personal. It's structural. They're looking at the structural, the numbers, and they're looking for the story behind it. So after you do that, you're going to get some great information. I want to shift into valuation. And most business owners think revenue creates value, but guess what? That's not true. What creates value is transferability creates value. Systems create value. Cash flow consistency creates value. So upload your revenue model, your team structure, your reoccurring income information if you've got the same people you're doing business with on a regular basis. Make sure you identify any customer concentration if you get a lot of revenue from one customer. And then your operational overview. Give them a whole idea of how your sales work and tell chat basically how it all flows together. Then ask this. What are the top reasons businesses in my industry lose value before a sale or capital raise? Analyze my business model and identify valuation risk and opportunities. This changes your thinking completely. Trust me. You stop operating with survival and you stop operating from an enterprise value and looking about how you're creating value in your business. And now, here's where things get dangerous in a good way, that is. AI is not just for writing captions or emails. AI is becoming operational leverage to your business. And most businesses waste thousands of hours every year on repetitive tasks. So here's the documentation. The workflow you do, your customer communication, how you onboard customers, even how you onboard your staff, your follow-up process to customers, proposal generation, scheduling, CRM tasks, it goes on and on and on. And any reporting you have, upload that into the system again. Then ask your AI this. Review my business workflow and identify 5 repetitive tasks that AI could automate or improve immediately. Show me the tools and workflow ideas and potential time savings that it can help with my business. Because once entrepreneurs understand automation, they stop buying back time with stress. And you actually start having new processes that give you time. And that's actually why we built Soren. Soren was designed to help entrepreneurs think like operators, lenders, and investors, not just business owners. The goal isn't just more information. The goal is better decisions, more value, better structure, better readiness, And at the end of the day, better wealth creation. And over this series, we're going to build that together, step by step. If you're serious about building a more valuable business, start with the valuation. See what you're worth today. Go talk to Soren, dive in there. I would even take the capital readiness survey and assessment. It's really not a survey, it's more of an assessment. It helps you tell you where you're at and where you need to go. Start organizing your business like somebody preparing for capital, acquisition, expansion, and wealth creation. Because entrepreneurs that win over the next decade, they won't be working harder. They'll be thinking better, operating smarter, leveraging AI faster to go faster and build infrastructure before they need it. This is the heartbeat of money. I'm Jon P. Moffitt, and this is just the beginning. I'm looking forward to seeing the next series. Feel free to reach me out. If you're interested in the community and a lot of my free resources that we have in there, let me know. DM me ready, and I'll get you linked up into our community. There's a lot of great resources about building wealth through real estate, preparing for lenders, preparing for capital and acquisition. Once again, I thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.